Hi kids, it's Christina here from the Akron RubberDucks, and I need your help. Can you raise your hand if you like reading? Can you wiggle your body if you've ever been to the library? Can you make a funny face if you like baseball? Can you stomp your feet if you've ever been to an Akron RubberDucks game? Do you know the names of our mascots? Well, Webster is here right now reading some books, and I think he'll come read with us if you can yell his name for me. On the count of 3, let's all yell Webster. 1, 2, 3, Webster! I don't think he heard us. We're gonna have to yell louder. Ready? 1, 2, 3, Webster! There he is! Hey Webster, what do you have there? Casey at the Bat, is that your favorite book? Do you want me to read it to you? Should I read it aloud for everyone to hear? What do you think, kids? Do you want me to read Casey at the Bat to you? All right, Casey at the Bat.
The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville 9 that day. The score stood 4-2 with just 1 inning left to play. And so when Cooney struck out and Barrows did the same, a sickly silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs in every sports fan. They thought if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did also Jimmy Blake. The former was huge, and the latter was a fake. So upon the crowd, grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from the crowd full of fans there rose a rambunctious yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It knocked upon the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing and a smile on Casey's face. And when, responding to the cheers, he lightly tipped his hat, no stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 fans applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance gleamed in Casey's eye, and a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather baseball came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood watching it in haunting grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded speed. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike 1, the umpire said. From the bleachers packed with people there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a worn and distant shore. "Get him! Get the umpire!" shouted someone in the stands, and it's likely they'd have stormed the field had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's face shone. He stilled the raising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the baseball flew, but Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike 2!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered fraud. But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold, they saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in this favored land the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And as the ball sailed over the fence, the pitcher hung his head in shame, for with mighty Casey's 3-run homer, Mudville won the game.
Now, who enjoyed that, kids? Now, Webster has a special message he wants me to tell you. He is challenging you to complete the Akron RubberDucks reading program. If you finish the program, you will get to be recognized on the field before an Akron RubberDucks game. Your teachers will tell you all about it. Webster looks forward to hearing about your reading. Now, before you go, let's all shout one more time. On 3, we want you to all shout, "Go Rubber Ducks." Ready? 1, 2, 3.